The Lakers pulled away late on Sunday afternoon to down the Grizzlies 108-94. Tonight it's Game 2 from FedEx Forum. Same two teams, hopefully the same result. We'll get you ready for opening tip coming up at 5 o'clock. Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Chris McGee joined by the Hall of Famer. Big game, James Worthy. We got the 7-time champ with us. Big shot, Rob. We got Allie here. We got Brez at home working in a suit and tie. We got Trudell down the hall, the whole gang. Hi, Rob.
What's up?
You and Allie bet yet on Ohio State, Bama?
Not yet.
No?
Not yet.
It's going to happen on air, I assume, at some point, right?
At some point it will. Probably in the
Remember when you had to wear that goofy Ohio State shirt?
Don't remind me, man.
That was goofy.
It's got to be.
There it is. Right here.
It's got to be more. It's got to be more than wearing something this time. It's got to be like a.
There's got to be something else.
Physical challenge around the studio or something like that, like a.
It's whatever.
One-on-one basketball game or something, and we.
It's ever my lady wants.
There it is, Rob.
Max Truck's ready for a competition.
A one-on-one basketball game right here.
I'm going to say this. That wasn't even planned. That's how good our team in the control.
Oh, they're
room
great.
is. They are good.
I was waiting for them to say fish in the prompter, but it said me because fish was supposed to be here.
I did that. I did that. Contavious Caldwell-Pope will miss his second straight game against the Grizzlies with a sprained left ankle he suffered Friday in San Antonio. KCP did take the practice floor yesterday, and all signs point to return at some point in the near future.
Ankle is feeling great. You know, I practiced today. You know, got a little movement in. Still not 100%, but you know, hopefully I'll be able to go tomorrow. Depends on how I feel. Our bench is deep enough, you know, for me to just take my time coming back. I know we also missing AC, which he'll be back pretty soon. You know, like we made this concept last year, you know, the next man up mentality, and we still have that mentality here. But yeah, I feel like, you know, just taking my time and, you know, making myself make sure I'm 100%.
I think he's in the second year of our system, more comfortable and, you know, more comfortable in his role, you know, and when you get more comfortable in a system, in a role, you know, you're more confident to step up in leadership situations and help someone like Talon with some coverages or things like that. I mean, KCP was, you know, drew the biggest assignment defensively on a championship run. You know what I mean? So he's got a pretty strong pedigree there, and you know, to see.
Trong giấc mơ chỉ toàn người khóc, người vui, người điên. Trên áng mây cao là hoàng hôn, thổn thức tim tôi. Vẫn một góc phố đông chiều mưa, tôi nhìn quanh chỉ thấy xe cộ ngang treo. Không đợi nhau, không trông chờ nhau, không tìm nhau như trong.
sharing some of his knowledge and helping some of the young guys is, it's a good sign.
KCP is a model of consistency. He's always on the floor. In fact, guys, he's only missed, and this is including today's game, 4 games in 3 seasons. Big Game James, I'll start with you. What do they miss with KCP not on the floor?
A variety of things, really. I mean, his defensive pressure that he's able to put on opponent guards is something that they miss defensively. He's been able to knock down the three-point shot very consistently, especially last year in the bubble, or a few months ago in the bubble, or last year in the bubble. That's right. It's 2021 now. And, his movement without the basketball. He seems to always be able to be backdooring, cutting somewhere. But his presence, I think, on the defensive end, which kind of dictates what he does on the offensive end, too.
Yeah, that's a big key. In this day and age, we talk about offense a lot. We always want to talk about three-pointers. We want to talk about getting back and getting easy buckets in transition. Those 3 things are what KCP does with his team. He plays good defense, he gets some open threes, especially from that corner, and he gets some buckets in transition. So with him being out, they're going to lose some points in that nature. But the good thing about that, they have guys that can step in. And if you think about it, he's only missed, 3 games, 4 games?
This will be the 4th.
Fourth game in 3 years? That's amazing, because this day and age, everybody's load managing, or everybody get a hangnail, they're out, but he's been durable.
We also heard in that sound that KCP is kind of finding his voice in terms of becoming a mentor, especially for a young guy like THT. So it's kind of a 2-part question, James. Do you remember, guys, when that happened, when you kind of went to that veteran role a little bit, where you started feeling confident enough to help young guys? And how important is it for a young guy to have a mentor and a voice in their ear, like we saw with Kuz last year with Dudley?
It's critical, and I think that's why you see teams now, they will try to go out and recruit, veteran players who have that kind of stability in the locker room. Rondo going to Atlanta for a young player. KCP's been going around Oklahoma and now in Phoenix. You need that kind of stability. Guys like Danny Green, Dudley is one of those guys. So, yeah, I always look to guys like Bob McAdoo and, Mitch Kupchak, and, just for, solid advice, especially, after you've been with them a few years. But the thing about KCP being out, I was going to allude to, is that this is one of the best teams the Lakers have had. When someone is out, we used to be like, oh,
it's over.
We're in trouble. But look at all and Caruso's been out too.
Đông vẫn thấy mình cô đơn. Con đường về đã đi cả ngàn lần, trở nên lạ lắm không sao quen thuộc. Ô kìa, bóng đèn đường vẫn lững lơ. Chờ tôi. Bụi hoa giấy hiên nhà lắng nghe tiếng mưa dù dịu dàng. Mùa hè sắp quay về với tôi.
trip.
Caruso's been out, Pope's been out, and we still were not worried because we got guys like Tucker who are coming in and Matthews, so I think that's a good problem for the coach to have. But it is good to have Pope as a mentor. I think he's turned it. I don't even think he's 30 yet, Rob. Is he?
I don't think
No, he's
so.
not 30 yet, but James, we see it right here in our own studio. Fish out, call Rob, he's here.
Yeah,
He's here in 30 minutes.
I'm that guy for you. Hey, me. I always show up in the clutch. You know me. I'm clutch, dog.
Hey, I run that on loop at home.
Team player.
Big shot.
Man, Allie's making noises out here. She's still upset with the whole Ohio State Alabama
It's okay.
thing. Do you remember when your voice became important for another player?
It's funny because I think about all the teams I've been on. When I was in Houston, I was a young guy, leaning on other people's shoulders. When I got to LA, everybody was sort of the same. But when I got to San Antonio, I became that old head on the team.
Yeah, you did.
And so I remember Matt Bonner will always come to me and ask me questions, and I'm sitting here trying to teach him. And the one thing I always tell him when you're playing for a guy like Pop, don't look at him. Every time he would make a mistake, he'll look at the bench. I was like, dude, don't look at him, man.
That's so funny.
Have confidence. That's the biggest key that I will always tell young guys. Just be confident, man. There's a reason they drafted you. There's a reason you're on this roster, so just be confident in yourself.
It's the second straight game for the Lakers in Memphis, and the second straight game we check in with Mike Trudell from the green room. It's a lonely place, but he does a fantastic job. It's down the hall. Hi, Mike.
Not too lonely. I mean, I would like Big Game to just stop by and kind of poke his head in once in a while. That'd be nice.
Just a little cigar smoke in there,
just
maybe?
around the corner. Around the corner.
I'll bring you a cold one. I'll bring you a cold one in there.
I appreciate that.
Post-game.
Thanks, Big Game. Yeah.
Post-game.
Okay. Obviously, post-game. By the way, Robert, I believe you were in your 26, 27-year season or age when you went over to the Lakers. KCP is 27, so, you already had some rings by that point. But, yeah, so 27.
Hey, way to keep me in line. Keep me in line, man. I'm old. I forget stuff now.
Yeah, well, no, you had that right. You had that right. Just confirming what you said earlier. Now, Frank Vogel confirmed what you guys already discussed, of course, that KCP is out and Kyle Kuzma is going to start in this one. The Lakers had a pretty good game, though, and defensively, especially in the quarters 2 through 4 after a slow start against Memphis. That was one of several things that Frank Vogel spoke about, guys, moments ago.
That's the depth that we have, and we try to find a silver lining anytime a guy is out in terms of other guys getting extended opportunities, and you see that with obviously Kuz getting to be in the starting role along with AD and LeBron, not in place of AD and LeBron. Guys like Wes and Talon who are fairly new to our system. More minutes mean more opportunities to learn our system.
Trong giấc mơ chỉ toàn người khóc, người vui, người điên. Trên áng mây cao là hoàng hôn, thổn thức tim tôi. Những ngày qua tôi ngồi lặng thinh, cùng mấy cuốn sách dở dang chưa đọc hết. Nhưng ký ức tôi ngỡ đã qua, mà đứng giữa đám đông.
system and their teammates, and see how they fit in. So we're trying to highlight the positive, and those guys were able to do a good job. I thought the bench started slow at the end of that first quarter the other night, but throughout the rest of the game, really dominated play. So I was happy with that.
And then, Frank, first quarter of the last game, you gave up 36 points, and from that point on, kind of shut things down, 18, 21, and 19, respectively. What did you see on the film about the defense that was different from the first quarter?
Well, as a coach, you always want that burst by the other team to happen early in the game. Kind of wakes your guys up, and I think there was potential for taking the team lightly because they were a non-playoff team last year, or a 9 seed, I should say, and able to or had their 2 best players out. So I think for them to do what they did in that first quarter kind of woke our guys up, showed us what we have to do to win a game tonight, that night, and the final 3 quarters we really buckled down.
All right, and by the way, guys, Alex Caruso, as according to Frank Vogel, what he just said, he is hopeful that Caruso can play once the team gets back in Los Angeles. In big game, you don't have to bring me anything, man. I got a fridge right next to me, got some water, cold water, little Mountain Dew for in case Tough Juice wants to come back from Miami at some point.
All right.
So we're good back here, man.
Good,
We're good.
man. All right.
Mountain Dew is in there. That's amazing. Oh, Steph,
Fridge
put
right
that
there.
whole fridge ready for Tough Juice. Thanks,
right,
appreciate that, Mike. Good work. Lakers and Grizz coming up at 5 here on Spectrum Sportsnet. Montrezl Harrell doing work on Sunday. 16 points, 7-11, 9 rebounds in the Laker win. Plus, LeBron James hasn't missed a game this season, but is playing a career-low 32 minutes. We discuss player usage when we come back. Sorry, James, you can't sit this one out, bud. We need you.